Okay, hello. This is our video lecture number 3. So today we are going to use the project created in our second lecture. The project name is the Draw Circle, and in this lecture we are going to discuss how to make a full-fill circle. So the circle what we discussed last time was the circle built by lines. So now we are going to make a circle which is basically full-filled circle. So and we are going to draw both of that circles in our application, in the screen of our mobile phone. Okay, now as long as we do have two circles, so basically we need to make two different buffers to keep our circles. Okay, so now in order to do that, what we are doing, we will create another buffer. Okay, let's call it like circle buffer 2. Okay, we also will create one more float array which will contain our circle coordinates. Okay, now inside of the circle class, so we are going to create one more object we create full-fill circle. So we are going to like make this circle. It is fulfilled by some number. Okay, so here let's change the radius. So this is different circle, like we are going to use the different radius. Okay, now also we will update our coordinates. Okay, now coming back to this image. So if I am going to fulfill the circle, so in general our circle will be created like this. So we are going to create the center. In the center we are placing our first vertex v0. All other vertices what we have, v1, v2, and all others v3. Okay, so we are going to create it like this. So here will be many others, many other points. Okay, so here what we are going to do, we will fulfill the circle. We will fulfill the circle completely. Okay, this is our v1. Okay, so finally, like if we will create that vertexes here, okay, so this vertex will be vertex n. Okay, so and we are going to fulfill our circle by making the triangles like this. Okay, so one by one we will create our circles. Finally, it will be just like the version, the fulfilled circle, fulfilled by the triangles. Okay, so here, in order to make this first vertex, so we are going to place that vertex before we will officially start. Like placing our coordinate into the array circle coordinate 2. So what do we need to do in order to kind of make the first vertex? Here our first vertex with 0. So here should be 0, 1 and 2. Okay, so this is our coordinate x, y, z. So here, okay, let's change the position of our circle negative. So we have 0, 4, okay, 3 and x. Okay, so the y is different. Okay, let's make y also different. Also make, let's -3, -3. Okay, let's do this. So here the radius 2. We already made z0. Okay, so now see that here this I we cannot start from 0 anymore. So that's why we will change to 3. So this is our first vertex. So it will be our second and all other vertexes according to by following around our circles. Okay, now alpha we will start from 0, so that's why here will be 0. So what we will have to do is like upgrade our alpha. So what's happened? So here alpha will be 0. So here we will place our first vertex. Stop. This is not necessary. Okay, so this is mistake. So basically, yeah, our center should be here. So we will place our center in the center of the circle and all other vertices around our center following the circle line. Okay, it should be fine. Okay, now let's modify here and change the buffer for the second circle. Like we create another buffer, circle buffer 2. And here let's change them. So coordinate for the second circle we are using the circle coordinate 2. Okay, so this part is finished. So we will also discuss like few other component here. Okay, let's check what is here. Okay, this is the feedback from the mobile phone. Okay, so inside when we are drawing our circle, so basically here this line we draw our circle 1. So now we need to draw circle 2. So the first what I need to do is to load our vertices. Our vertices for the second circle is located in the circle buffer 2. Okay, now let's set up the color. So I'm going to use the different color. So in our case, how many different colors? Okay, we don't have another colors. Okay, let's build one more color. Let's call it like red color. Red is simple, like if we'll place one instead of like R component here, so the color will become red. So now here okay, I will use our red color. Okay, so now I need to draw the circle itself. So definitely here we are not going to use the line strip because we are going to create the triangles. So that's why. So we need to use the triangle fan. So if we are using the triangle fan, if you remember, so the first vertex will be connected with all others, like as the fan. So finally we can kind of build this triangle. Okay, 100, let's keep it for 100. Okay, now let's try. What will happen? Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so this is our application for drawing the circle. So here we can see our circle. Actually, the problem with the previous case was here. So when you're creating the buffer, so make sure that this buffer is always same for our circle, like circle buffer 2. So after making our compiling the program, so we can see the circle. Okay, I use the radius 0.2. So the coordinate is -3, -3. So the center is -0.3, -0.3. Yeah, it should be fine. But we can see like this, the last segment is not finished yet. Okay, so in the class we actually discussed that point. So here, if I will add like one more vertex, and here we'll place equal, so finally we can create, like fulfill the circle to the end. But in order to do that, actually here maybe the 300 will be not enough. So that's why like, let's make it 310. Okay, let's try. Okay, it's not working. Okay, it did not work because we did not modify it here. Okay, so here we have to play, and I think here should be 2. Okay, anyway, let's try. 101. Okay, now we can see that this gap became smaller, so that's why here we'll place 102 vertices. So now it should be okay. Okay, so now we have a completely fulfilled circle which contains like exactly what we need. Now the one moment, like if we want to make an ellipse, so the ellipse is very easy to create. So here you just need to make one more variable r21, so and place it here. So the x and y, if the radius will become different for them, so instead of circle we will have an ellipse. Okay, this is our ellipse, full filled ellipse. Okay, that's all. The next video will be about movement, how to move different objects in the OpenGL framework. Okay, goodbye.